Hello again everybody, this is my second tutorial on how to create an HDR image using iPhone. So today we are going to use this image. It's a nice picture of a Jeep, and when we are going to make it as an HDR nice image. Okay, then the image is already cropped one by one with 1200 pixel by 1200 pixels, and then we are going to make this image. The reason it's already been cropped one by one is because we are going to post it on Instagram. Okay, now we are going to start. First, we already have this image. We're going to edit the image using Photoshop Express. This is a very famous application that many editors use for fine-tuning their image. So we're going to select camera roll. Okay, this is the image. We have one normal image with normal color scheme. The brightness is normal. We are going to change the exposure because HDR image is best created with two images with different exposure. So we're going to edit, and then we increase or decrease the exposure. Mainly we are looking at the picture and see whether it is too bright or it is too dark. If it is too bright, then we should decrease the exposure. Okay, you could do it other ways. Maybe you need to increase it or decrease it, doesn't matter. So as long as you have two different exposure, which is quite different between them. Okay, now we save. Good. Now we have two versions of the image. One is the normal one, and the other is the dark one, which is the lower exposure. We are going to merge these two images as an HDR. I usually use this application called iCamera Head HDR for creating an HDR image. So we're going to load them. Load either the brightest first or the darker first, doesn't matter. We pick the brightest one, choose HDR. Okay, another photos, and we choose the dark one. They are going to be merged by iCamera Head HDR. This might take a while. Okay, we have it. With tone balancer, usually the HDR created, this is the tone balancer mode. With tone balancer mode, the image usually created without noise, but the color distribution is not that clear for me. So I usually use tone enhancer and increase the strength about 80 points. See, the image is getting sharper with the texture is more stronger. Okay, then let's see if we increase the strength. Okay, then the texture is getting very strong and it's very nice. Okay, we are going to use this one. What I usually do is I'm going to decrease the brightness because creating HDR file with big strength creates noise. So I try to hide the noise by decreasing the brightness. a little bit, and also the contrast. Okay, now it is a good time for me to specify what is the end result of this HDR. Is it little reddish or orange, or is it a bit colder, like a bluish? So I usually put it a little bit orange because it looks nicer, though it's give the warmth feeling of the image. So let's put it there. It's a nice orange colored image. So that's it for me. I think it's enough, so I saved. This also take a while for iCamera HDR to process the end result. Okay, we are done. Now the next step. What I usually do is to open FilterStorm. Is one of my favorite applications. It is very useful, and in my opinion it is still unbeatable in their feature. So we are going to use FilterStorm to next process our image further. So this is our HDR. Okay, now we are going to paint this image with, so the more detail, the detail that I want to be seen is more highlighted in the image. For example, this Jeep image is, the Jeep picture is very much blended to the surrounding, to the tree behind, to the car next to it, to the motorcycle, to the street. Is too much noise, so I have to highlight the Jeep. So first what I'm going to do is to darken the image. How am I going to do it? Is using this thickness feature. So I choose filters, thickness, and then put the slider all the way to the maximum, to the minimum, 0%, so it's totally dark. And then I tap on the brightness. I increase it around 80 or 70%, somewhere around it. Okay. When I'm done, I tap the check button. Okay, next I'm going to use the curves feature. You see the curve feature, and then increase the curves so it looks brighter and clearer. Okay, then I choose paint. This is the paint button. Okay, now I will try to start painting my Jeep. Okay, put the brush and then start to paint all the detail that I wanted for my Jeep to be exposed better. You can see how easy it is to highlight the Jeep. When painting, it creates this kind of artistic lighting on the object that you are painting, so it's much nicer, as you can see on the on this tutorial. I also want to highlight this guy over here. And maybe a car over there. just a little bit. Also the car over here. Beside painting using a paintbrush, we can also paint using gradient. For example, use this kind of gradient. We could use circular, to highlight a little bit on the ground. Have it nicely. Okay. What else? We could paint it over here. We could set the strength of the paintbrush stroke a bit. For example, okay, there it is. Quite nice. And then a little bit over here. Okay, that is one beautiful HDR file. Okay, and then we are going to save it. Done. Okay, now we're going to exit. I always try to make my picture smoother, so I always go back to Photoshop Express and opened the HDR file I've just made, and then put some reduced noise on the image. Just put it a little bit. Cool, then we have it. Okay. Okay, that's it. We've done the HDR file. Thank you for watching this tutorial.